How to navigate the documentation organizer. You will access the documentation organizer via email or direct link sharing from the Director of Accreditation. The documentation organizer is created in Google Sheets and houses the school's material evidence of adherence to the VAIS standards for membership. It also allows for linking, tracking, and note-taking. The documentation coordinator will assign various school personnel to gather documentation based upon their required access and responsibility. Confidential documents should not be linked to the spreadsheet, but a placeholder should be linked to explain where the visiting team members will find the information on site. The organizer will be named with the host school's name and visit semester. The Home tab is the landing page. We will return here in a moment. The next tab designates the Essential Documentation Tracker. This page is for tracking purposes only. The completed column will be populated automatically from the Standards pages. Here is the Standard 1 tab, the first of 11 designated for each standard. This is where the school will begin to populate the organizer. But first, back to the home page. The first column lists the 11 VAIS standards for membership. Let's look at Standard 1. The school's mission guides its policies and practices and is evident in the climate, culture, and program of the school. There are 3 documentation requirements for Standard 1, and they are listed in the adjacent Docs column and are labeled 1A, 1B, and 1C. Just as the essential documentation, the completed column is automatically populated from cells on the standards pages for a bird's eye view of the progress made. Here you see that the completed column reads no for all 3 docs. Let's take a look at the Standard 1 page. The first column states the standard. The second column lists the points for consideration. Associated with each standard, these thought prompts allow the host school and visiting team to reflect on the meaning and purpose of the related standard and required documentation. The supporting documentation column lists the specific documents required as material evidence of adherence to the standard. Documents are named and linked in this column. Cells may have more than one linked document as needed. For example, the supporting documentation for 1A will include the school's mission statement and perhaps board minutes showing that the board engages in regular review of the mission. If a school has changed its mission since the prior evaluation, there may be additional documents to share regarding rationale, process, and implementation. The person responsible for linking each document is listed here. Each cell in the completed column has a drop-down menu. No indicates that the documents are not linked. In progress indicates that some but not all documents are linked. And yes indicates that the documents are linked and ready for review. And here is the ideal conclusion. All documents are linked and ready for review. Because the completed column now reads yes, the home page will now read yes for 1A, 1B, and 1C. And here we are. The documents are ready to be reviewed by the documentation coordinator or steering committee chair, and there is space to log internal notes as needed. The glossary of VAIS accreditation terms will be useful as you navigate the language of the organizer. And here are instructions regarding how to link multiple documents in list form within a cell.